Hello, welcome to your second revision lesson. This one is going to be split into two. We're going to concentrate in this one on the surface area and volume of shapes and metric to imperial conversions. The second part, we're going to return back with some more interesting work on these topics. So to start with, we're going to start off with a nice simple question. You've got a shape made of 4 cubes. I would like you to identify from the drawings which one is the plan, which is the side elevation, and which is the front elevation. Pause the video whilst you're working on it and turn it back on when you're ready to hear the answers. Okay, so if we look at this shape, we can see that if we look at it from the arrow called front, we would see an L shape. So that L shape can only be letter A. So A is the front elevation. If we look at it from the vertical straight down on it, we are going to see 2 cubes and only 2 cubes. The only shape that's then made up of 2 cubes is C. In actual fact, C is a little bit wrong, as there should be a dark line across the middle to show that there's a change in height. But that's C. So C is the plan. And finally, the side, when we're looking at it from the direction of the side, what we would see would be 3 cubes, one on top of another. And again, because one of them is slightly forwards of the other, it's shown with a line to make it that clearer to spot. So B is the side elevation. So quick reprise. The plan is C, the side elevation is B, and the front elevation is C. So that's got us off and running. Now let's have a look at the next one. Okay, here we've got a net of a grid and a question that has been scaffolded to help you work your way through it. Pause the tape now, answer the questions, and then come back to me when you're ready. Okay, so let's work our way through this. I've already written down the answers, just for a bit of speed. So obviously the area of each face is 2 by 2 centimeters, which gives us 4 square centimeters. There are 6 faces. 4 square meters times 6 gives us 24. So the surface area of that shape is 24 square centimeters. If you haven't quite got that written down, pause it, understand what you've done, and then come back. The next question is almost identical. Calculate the surface area of a cube with side length 12 millimeters. Pause the tape, please. Restart it when you're ready for the answers. So I'm following exactly the same format as I did with the last one. So the first thing I do is I find the area of the side, which is the area of the face, which is 12 times 12, which is 144. There are still 6 faces because it's a cube. 144 times 6 is 864, and the unit this time is square millimeters. So once again, if you need to do any corrections, pause the video and restart. Copy the net of the cuboid, label the lengths. Okay, nice and simple question to answer. Restart the video when you've completed it. So here's my version of it. Down a little bit more. I'll get rid of that for the time. No, I'll leave it there for the time being. Doesn't matter if you can see it. Working our way around. 4, 2 for both of them, 9, 2 for both of those, 9, 4, 9, 2 for both of those, 9, 2 for both of those. Nice and simple. I hope you've all got that right. If you haven't, once again, just pause the video, catch up when you're ready. Okay, here we've got another scaffolded question. Find the surface area of this cuboid. Just work your way through each of these lines, please. Obviously, the front face is coloured red, the top face is coloured brown, the side face or the end face is coloured blue. So just work your way through that, and then put the video back on. So this question, front, it's already written down. 8 times 2 is 16. End, 5 times 2 is 10. Top, 8 times 5 is 40. Then we add 2 of each, because remember, each face that's shown has got another one directly behind it. So you've got 16 add 16 add 10 add 10 add 40 add 40 to make a total of 132 square centimeters. If you need to pause the tape to write the correction, please do so now. Okay, a very similar question to the last one. This time it isn't frameworked and broken down quite so easily, so you need to follow what you just did. As soon as you've done, pause the video, and as soon as you've done it, turn it back on to check your answers. Okay, here's my answer. I've done it slightly differently, and I'll talk you through what I've done. So I've done the front. I'll multiply 12 by 5, which gives me 60, and then because there's 2, I've multiplied it by 2 to give me a total of 120. The end, 7 by 5, 35 times 2, 70, and the top, 12 times 7, 84 times 2, 168. Then I've added them all together and got 358 square centimeters. If you chose to do it this way, you should still have the same answer. If your answer differs to mine, pause the tape, check your work, and come back when you're ready. Okay, bit of a change now. We're going to move away from surface area, and make a start on volume. There's a nice simple shape, a nicely scaffolded question. Just work your way through it just like you've just done. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready. So, here's my answers. There's a length of 4 cubes, a length of 4 cubes, a width of 3 cubes, a height of 2 cubes. So to find the volume, I multiply 4 by 3 by 2. 4 by 3 is 12 times 2 is 24, so my volume is 24 cubic meters. Note this is cubic, not square, there's a little 3. So when you've done that question, or if you've got a slightly different answer to me, pause the video and sort out your corrections now. Okay, slightly different sort of problem now. We've got a box holding 12 tins of baked beans. Work out the surface area of cardboard needed to make the box, and what is the volume of that box. So pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready for the answer. So, I've done a very quick diagram, just to show you what's happening here. Well, basically, if you look down at the box from above, you'll see that the tins touch each other and the ends of the box. These tins are 7.5 centimeters in diameter. So the length of the box is going to be 3 times 7.5, which is 22.5. The width of the box is 2 tins. So that's going to be 2 times 7.5, which is 15. And if we look at the height of the box, it's two tins, one on top of the other, and the boxes are 11 centimeters tall. So the height of my box is going to be 22 centimeters. In terms of finding the area or the surface area, the top is 22.5 times 15, 337.5. Top and bottom, so multiply it by 2 to give me 675. The ends, these pieces here, are 15, again by 22, the height. 15 times 22 is 330, times 2, 660. And the sides, which are the largest part of the box, you have 22.5 long by 22 high, gives me 495, multiplied by 2, gives me 990. If I add those all together, I get 2,325, and the unit that we're going to be dealing with here is square centimeters. So 2,325 square centimeters. The volume is an easier calculation. We just multiply these three numbers together, 22.5 times 15 times 22, which gives me 7,425 cubic centimeters. Remember that it's a volume, so it's cubic. So at this point, if you need to write the correction, pause the video and then rejoin. And now we come on to conversions. So you need to remember your conversion factors, converting, or approximate conversion factors, converting metric units to imperial or vice versa. Okay, once again, please, when you're ready, pause the video, answer the questions, turn it back on when you need your answers. So, working my way down with these, I've split these up into groups to make it a little bit easier to understand what we're doing. So to convert centimeters to feet, the factor we're going to use is 30, because there are 30 centimeters, approximately 30 centimeters in 1 foot. So to turn centimeters to feet, we divide by 30. To turn feet to centimeters, we multiply by 30. So 3 feet, which is going to be 3 feet to centimeters. 3 times 30 is 90. 600 centimeters to feet. 600 divided by 30 is 20 feet. And lastly, 2.5 feet, 2.5 times 30, 2 times 30 is 60, 0.5 of 30 is 15, 60 add 15 is 75, so 75 centimeters. Now the next conversion is litres to pints. There's 1.75 pints to a litre. So pints to litres we divide, litres to pints we multiply. 4 litres is 4 times 1.75, which is 7. 7 pints is 7 divided by 1.75, which, not very surprisingly, is 4. Now the next one is litres to gallons. Gallons, the conversion factor is 4.5. There's 4.5 litres in a gallon. So you can work out how my diagram works. 22.5 litres, 22.5 divided by 4.5 gives me 5 gallons. 6.2 gallons multiplied by 4.5 gives me 27.9 litres. Miles to kilometres, the conversion rate factor is 1.6. There's 1.6 kilometres to a mile, so again, multiply and divide. 7.2 miles, 7.2 times 1.6 is 11.52. 22.6 kilometres divided, so 22.4 divided by 1.6 gives me 14 miles. And our last conversion factor is pounds to kilograms. There are 2.2 pounds in every kilogram. So 11 pounds is 5 kilograms, 7.2 kilograms is 15.84 pounds. Now, you may need to replay this one to get your answers. That's okay, but as soon as you're ready, rejoin, pause it, do what you have to do at this point. to make certain that you have got all the answers correct. Okay, calculate the area of each rectangle in the given units. Right, so we all know what we have to do here. Pause the video now, turn it back on when you're ready for the answers. And once again, I've got all my answers written down here, so I'll just go through them. The first one, you've got 12 centimeters times 30 millimeters. We're asked to give our answers in square centimeters, so I've turned the 30 millimeters into centimeters, so that gives me 12 times 3, which is 36 square centimeters. The next one, 1.2 meters times 80 centimeters. I've been asked again to give my answer in square centimeters, so I've got to turn the 1.2 meters into 120 centimeters, multiply those two together, and I get 9,600 square meters. 1.3 kilometers times 750 meters, 1,300 times 750 gives me 975,000 square meters. That's nearly a square kilometer, but not quite. Okay, once again, pause the video if you need to do corrections, and when you're ready, restart. Okay, these questions are very similar, but this time we're working with volume. Again, you have to convert to the correct unit. Other than that, you should be fine with these. So pause the video and start when you're ready. So here we have 6 centimeters times 28 millimeters times 4.2 centimeters. The answer must be in cubic centimeters. So I've got to turn them all into centimeters. So 6 times 28 millimeters is 2.8 centimeters. So 6 times 2.8 times 4.2 gives me a total of 70.56 cubic centimeters. Part B, I have to turn it into cubic meters. So I've got 2.2 meters times 50 centimeters times 1 meter. So that will give me 2.2 times 0.5 times 1, which is 1.1 cubic meter. Okay, we're going to stop this video now. At some point, you need to return back to do part B, which is going to be on similar material, but taken on a little bit further. So I hope you've been able to work through this quite comfortably, and we'll stop this one now. Goodbye.